fast. No make your shadow touch mine, no make your shadow touch mine. You me see them, I'm blind. Daddy did tell me no fi trust mankind. If you no like me, why you no just keep from me? But you want swarm round man like the army. Clean our people are hypocrite, no blend. Give me 50 enemy than 40 fake friend. Fake friend, how you sleep last night? Come a smile in front of me face. Fake friend, how you sleep last night?
And that was Sita with Fake Friend. And I'm sure to answer a question, the fake friend them slept just fine last night. Just fine.
Listen all day, every day on your favorite streaming platform. The clean, fresh sound. Rise and shine. Let's get ready to take on the day. Activated Mornings on WEFM 99.9 is on now.
All right. Good morning, SVG. We are here with you for another Activated Mornings on a blessed Wednesday. Blessed Wednesday here in SVG. All right. You have in studio Dianna, Cain, and myself, Roleza, better known as the Angels. We never had a name, but Jeff decided to give us the name, the Angels. So yes, we are the Angels of the morning. Then I'm sure there's a song that goes, just call me Angel of the morning.
That's what this song says. I sure you're singing the lyrics wrong.
Anyway, just call us Angels in the morning.
I think it's Shaggy. Darling, you're my angel.
Oh, darling, no, this is an older song.
It's a different song.
It's a different song. It's an older song. Okay. Boy, I tell you this, roughly 10
I think
years.
I know what you're talking
I think
about.
it's
It's
Juice
a lady
Newton.
that sung it.
I think it's Juice Newton is her name. Just call me Angel of the Morning. Yeah. It's an older song. Boy, I tell you this, roughly 10 years age difference between me and Dianna. Just be so interested. All right, as he thinks that I would know and she doesn't know, and vice versa, but it's all good. That's how we learn from each other. Let me see. Let me Google it, right? Just call me Angel. It's Juice. Yeah, I know my music man is Juice Newton. All right, enough of that. All right, so good morning to everybody and trust that everybody is having a good one so far. Yes, I know it's still quite early in the day. Some persons have barely thought out. I have barely thought out, even though I've been here for an hour already, but I've barely thought out. But yeah, it's always good. It's always good to, be in the land of the living. Dianna, how are you?
I okay. I'm a bit tired, but that's just because I've been going a lot, But
just this morning when I got up, I was eating. I was like, but I don't think I only got like a break Friday afternoon in a sense. Because I worked both days on the weekend. Normally I would try to take at least one day. I work both days on the weekend and then here and then going back home to do other work. So I am looking forward to my weekend. I really am. Where I could probably just take a day and do absolutely nothing and just start over. Girl, last night, guess who I dreamed about? Well, last night, guess who I dreamed about?
Oh, wow. Okay, you can give me like what it starts with?
Yeah, it's the weirdest thing. And I'll tell you when I think of it, no, it's not a thing. I was like, who? So I went to Grenada for a wedding, but it wasn't my wedding. Girl, I tell you, it was the weirdest thing, and I had to stop and think, how many persons do we show up in their dreams? Like when we make an appearance in people's dreams, because it does just be so random. So random. But if persons didn't pick up what I'm talking about, then too bad, right? But have Dianna fully well know. Right? It was the strangest thing, but I would say that my encounter was really nice. Person was absolutely pleasant, so yeah, it was.
There's a picture of him and ours the other day. I was going to post the picture and say, really, look our, but I said, you know what? Let me leave it. Yeah,
it's our mine.
Well,
I see, territorial here,
You see, well, because I love you and I don't want us to be fighting, I decided to do
no fake friend business.
No, right. So I say, you know what? Let me listen to me. The other day, I saw a wonderful specimen. From Dominica. He was appointed something or the other, and say, "Well, come here, everybody go look at him." And I was out there and Rajiv them think I write in my news. I didn't watching the pictures. I opened the news article and saw this thing and I was like, wow, what a fine specimen. I go and follow the person on Instagram and I see they follow me back, but I do not check it. Oh my God, look at you. And I was like,
Girl, yes, I tell you, it was the weirdest thing. And I said, boy, I could have never been a protocol officer assigned to that country. I could have never been. But in talking about protocol officers, I just want to big them up this morning. Generally around the independence celebrations, we would have dignitaries from different countries. And you forget something. All right, we would have dignitaries and officials coming in from different countries. I'm hoping that Grenada would be represented, of course. But I just want to shout out the protocol officers as well as the police officers at this time, because I know it's generally very busy, it's generally very hectic, and doing protocol work or duties isn't always the easiest thing depending on who you're assigned to. But of course you push and you go through and you put that smile on your face and you show that Vincent and hospitality, and of course maintain your professionalism. All right, so to protocol officers and the police officers assigned to them, as well as by extension the Ministry of Foreign Affairs working hard at this time, special good morning to all of you.
Yes.
When I did I was one of the officers at CELAC. And I was so disappointed about the reception night. I was so disappointed because I was there like I'd seen all the other prime ministers. I was like, where this one? Then until somebody tell me he didn't come. I was so disappointed. So this is why I came to this one. This is why I signed up for this.
So sorry.
I know they would never assign me to Grenada, right? They would never if I keep continuing like this. But yeah, morning everybody. That's enough chit chat. And as females, this is how we sometimes when we talk. Amongst ourselves. So yeah, right?
Yeah, man.
Rishoy, morning. Happy to see you there on the live, and to all the others who are on the live at this time. All right. So that's us. I know that there is something that's supposed to be taking place school related today.
But I don't know. I know Clare Valley School has the internal independence celebration. And probably several other schools have it as I think probably all primary schools.
It's probably that, it's probably that.
Schools,
and then I think tomorrow
they have
right?
The, big celebration in park for the primary schools.
Okay. All right. So yes, so they have a midterm break this time. Well, I know it'll be like a real proper break. It's probably like what day?
Yeah, the break is probably the Monday holiday.
Oh, that's it?
I think so.
But then again, I mean, some schools started late.
Yeah, that's
because
true.
Right. So all right. So
all's
fair.
They got to figure out, I don't know. I ain't there, so I don't even know what they're doing. But
yeah,
I shall get into people's business.
All right. So on to a much sadder note. Sadder is a word? Sadder note, right. It just sounds so wrong though.
Yeah.
Yesterday we were met with the news of the passing of Pastor George Frederick. For many of us, I was familiar with Pastor Frederick because of Encounter, right? That television program that came on every Monday night, I think it was 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock.
Somewhere there.
Yeah, and as a child, I didn't have an option of whether or not I wanted to listen to Encounter.
Correct.
All right, when you grow up with certain parents in the old school, and plus it was only one. We have a caller. Hi, caller. Good morning.
Hi, WEFM.
Morning.
Yeah. I would like to talk to you please, on WhatsApp, if that's okay.
Okay, well, you would have to message. You would have to type that message because that's the only way we can communicate with you through WhatsApp.
I can't talk to you on WhatsApp, like how we talking now, like off air.
No.
Yeah.
You would have to call outside, but that would have to be after 8. So you call 457-9994.
Could you have another WhatsApp number?
No. No.
This is the only one?
Yes.
This is the only one?
Yes.
Oh,
and your life on air.
Okay. Because I don't have any credit. So that is why I wanted to speak to you. If I could have speak to you on the same number on WhatsApp.
Okay,
like
so what I could suggest is that you type what the essence of the conversation is. through WhatsApp itself. And if it's anything, we can call you directly afterwards, right? But just give us a heads up as to what the conversation is going to be about.
Okay, then.
All right. You're welcome.
All right.
All right. Bye. All right. So, so Pastor George Frederick passed away yesterday. And I know that he was beloved by many persons. Never really attended his church, I think, and not even as a visitor. I'm not sure. I can't remember. But it was always interesting to hear him speak in terms of the sermons that he delivered. It hit home, but it was also kind of funny as well. He would inject some humor and was always animated as well. So the not only just the Christian community, but I think SVG as a whole has also lost one of the important figures here in our society.
Yeah, I feel the same way. I just want to extend condolences to his family. Just like you, I knew him from Encounter. So every time I hear Pastor George Frederick or I see him, all I'm seeing is him smiling and, his smile and the program. And that's all I'm seeing.
And he was always so pleasant because I don't think that he necessarily knew me, but when he saw me in the street, like he would always like do this, like nod his head of acknowledgement and so forth. So
probably never passed him in real life.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you're saying I just be outside. All right. So again, as Dianna said, I'm also expressing my condolences to his family and members of his church and to his wider network of persons. All right. So our condolences. And interestingly, what's also interesting is so Pastor Frederick was, let me get the correct title. So he was the former executive of British American Insurance in SVG, and that's a Trinidad-based, or was a Trinidad-based company. And interestingly, and I think, I'm not sure if this is God's sense of humor, it's just coincidence, right? Let's probably just leave it at coincidence. But the CCJ dismissed the claim that was filed by BACOL, and that is a group in relation to CLECO as well as British American Insurance. All right. So that group had a BACOL. They had filed a lawsuit in the Caribbean Court of Justice seeking compensation from the government of TNT regarding policyholders after the government of TNT failed to include them in a settlement offered by CARICOM policyholders. So close to 2,000 policyholders from Antigua and Barbuda, Dominica, Grenada, Montserrat, St. Kitts and Nevis, St. Lucia, and SVG were affected, many of whom would have lost their financial savings or experienced some sort of financial hardship. One of the takeaways, and I'm reading this from Searchlight though, part of it from Searchlight. They had stated in the article that for the newspaper from last Friday is that the action by BACOL was hailed as a historic one, as it was the first time a matter of its kind had been brought before the CCJ by a group of private citizens. All right. There is an article on Eyewitness News, a very lengthy article that states the reason for the dismissal. And just to note, I'm not going to go into full details regarding it. You can read the article there, but it says, the CCJ president said the court found that the circumstances of policyholders of CLECO, BAT, and CIB were not similar to other policyholders, and this was due to the findings of the court that the defendant's actions formed part of a governmental bailout of private commercial entities with a view of preventing severe dislocation to the economy. And so this would have been the Trinidadian economy. All right. The court noted that the claimant's arguments were correct. If the claimant's arguments were correct, it would mean that the defendants would be responsible for bailing out all BACOL policyholders in other Caribbean territories. All right. So they're saying that, in essence, that the government of Trinidad and Tobago did not have a responsibility to bail out or to financially assist policyholders within the other Caribbean territories. So it is quite unfortunate, as again I said, if you wish to read a lot more about the full detail of the ruling, you can go on Eyewitness News, and I show that other news outlets have it. All right. But it's quite unfortunate because we've heard of many persons losing their life savings. I think one of the things that I always remembered coming out of the discussion with this was the interest rate that was proposed was higher than what was being given for the market, the financial market, in terms of other financial sectors. So it was always sort of fishy from the start, or should have always been of suspicion. But unfortunately, this is what has happened. And this matter came up since 2009. Right? This happened since 2009. And look at where we are now. All right. So it's rough, but
real rough.
Yeah.
Real rough.
All right. So we are going to jump out at this. I need to find out the transitional words. Yes, Joshua, and yes, Kojo. All right. But we are going to jump out at this time. And at 7:35, we're going to bring to you today's traffic talk.
People's Pharmacy.